Our story for today is The Kind Rabbit and Her Friends. This is the story of Rosie Rabbit, a very kind rabbit who loves to visit her friends. Every day, Rosie brings something special to share. Sometimes it's food. Sometimes it's a little surprise. But it's always given with love. On Monday, Rosie Rabbit hopped down the path to visit her friend Sally Squirrel. She knocked on the burrow and said, "Hello, Sally. I've brought you some crunchy nuts for a snack." Sally clapped her paws. "Thank you, Rosie. How kind you are." On Tuesday, Rosie padded down to the pond. Her friend Penny Duck had just hatched fluffy yellow chicks. Rosie said, "Hello, Penny. I've brought you a bag of tasty oats and peas for your chicks." Penny quacked happily. "Thank you, Rosie. How thoughtful you are." On Wednesday, Rosie hopped over to the barn. Her friend Cleo Cat was sitting in the sundae. Rosie said, "Hello, Cleo. I've brought you a warm, fresh loaf of bread." Cleo purred. "Thank you, Rosie. How sweet you are." On Thursday, Rosie skipped to the edge of the forest. Her friend, Freddy Fox, wagged his tail as Rosie came near. Rosie said, "Hello, Freddy. I've brought you some fruity little pies." Freddy licked his lips. "Thank you, Rosie. How generous you are." On Friday, Rosie looked up into the tall tree. Her friend Oliver Owl was resting on a branch. Rosie called, "Hello, Oliver. I have brought you a crunchy treat of dried fruit." Oliver hooted happily. "Thank you, Rosie. How thoughtful you are." On Saturday, Rosie hopped to her neighbor's garden. Her friend Danny Dog was snoozing in the grass. Rosie whispered, "Hello, Danny. I have brought you a chewy bone-shaped biscuit." Danny wagged his tail. "Thank you, Rosie. How lovely you are." On Sunday, Rosie stayed home to rest. She made a cup of tea, buttered a scone, and added a little jam. Just then, knock, knock, knock. Rosie opened the door. There stood Sally Squirrel, Penny Duck, Cleo Cat, Freddy Fox, Oliver Owl, and Danny Dog. Each one was holding a treat. They all said together, "Rosie, you are always so kind to us. Today we wanted to bring you goodies." They all sat down in Rosie's kitchen. They laughed, shared snacks, and sipped tea together. It was the best morning tea Rosie ever had. The moral of our story: when you are kind and friendly to others, kindness and friendship will come back to you.
Thank you for watching. For more stories, please click like and subscribe.